I really don't have much debt, but my house is totally underwater. So I'm thinking about doing a short sale, and it looks good. Should I just do that and maybe skip out on the bankruptcy? My name is Ron Drescher. I'm an attorney practicing bankruptcy and creditors' rights in Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. For years and years and years during the terrible real estate downturn that we've experienced, Congress had a law that said if you sold your primary residence for less than what you owe and the creditor releases you from the deficiency between what you owe and what they get in the short sale, you don't have to pay tax on the discharge of indebtedness income that you get after the short sale. That was great. That kept a lot of people out of bankruptcy. Well, that law expired on December 31st, 2016. And, Congress hasn't yet renewed it, and Congress may renew it still. We don't know. But if Congress doesn't renew it and you do a short sale and you get a discharge of indebtedness income, the bank is going to send what's called a 1099-C to the IRS for the amount that they forgave as a result of that short sale. And you're going to have to pay taxes on that money because that's going to be considered income to you. So those taxes are not going to be dischargeable in your bankruptcy case for at least 3 to 4 years. So you've taken a dischargeable debt, which would be the deficiency on the home mortgage that could be discharged in bankruptcy, and turned it into a non-dischargeable debt, which is the tax obligation on the amount that the bank reports to the IRS that they forgave. I think that's pretty much a disaster. Now, what you can do is you can file the bankruptcy case, and when you file the bankruptcy case, the discharge of that debt is not considered income to you. It's one of the exceptions in the Internal Revenue Code. And then you could still do the short sale. The advantages of the short sale in those situations aren't really clear, but it is an opportunity that you have. And certainly in a Chapter 13, if you do a short sale and you get rid of the deficiency on the home, that can have a very beneficial impact on your Chapter 13 case. You could save a lot of money over the life of your plan depending upon your income. These are really complicated concepts. But the concept that's not complicated is that if Congress does not renew that law that protects the release of a deficiency following a short sale, you can be stuck for a big non-dischargeable tax debt. And that would make it far superior and more favorable for you to file bankruptcy instead. My name is Ron Drescher. I'm an attorney practicing bankruptcy and creditors' rights. If you have a question about whether you ought to do a short sale instead of filing bankruptcy, please pick up the phone and call me. I would love to hear from you.